A critical deadline looms for the Browns as their veteran guard weighs retirement. Sources say the February 16th void date is the pivot point for this roster. Stay tuned for the full breakdown. Subscribe and like for more updates.
I am reporting on a significant development coming out of Berea regarding the cornerstone of the Cleveland Browns offensive line. Sources indicate that Joel Bitonio, the longest tenured player on the roster, is seriously weighing retirement as we approach a critical contract deadline. The specific date to watch here is February 16th. That is when Bitonio's current contract is scheduled to void, a mechanism often used in modern NFL deals to spread out salary cap hits. Once that date passes, if no new deal is in place, Bitonio technically becomes a free agent, and significant dead money accelerates onto the Browns' 2024 salary cap. This creates a hard deadline for both the player and the front office to determine the future immediately. At 35 years old, entering what would be his 13th season, Bitonio has been the absolute definition of durability and excellence for this franchise. Since being drafted in the second round back in 2014, he has seen head coaches come and go, quarterbacks rotate through the building, and the franchise shift from a winless season to a playoff contender. Through it all, he remained the constant at left guard, anchoring the line with a level of consistency that is rare in this league. However, the physical toll of 12 NFL seasons is undeniable. We have seen him battle through lingering issues recently, and at this stage of a career, the mental and physical preparation required to play at an all-pro level becomes a significantly heavier burden. The conversations happening right now between Bitonio's camp and general manager Andrew Berea are not just about money, they are about quality of life and the future direction of the franchise. It is important to understand that the February 16th date acts as a forcing function. In NFL contracts, void years are placeholder years added to the end of a deal to prorate signing bonuses. When the contract voids, all that prorated money accelerates to the current year's cap. This means the Browns cannot simply wait until March to figure this out. The next few days are absolutely critical as the team waits for a final decision from one of the greatest players to ever wear the orange and brown.
Looking at the strategic ramifications, the potential departure of Joel Bitonio signals a massive shift for the Browns' offensive identity and requires immediate action from the front office. From a roster construction standpoint, this forces general manager Andrew Berea to prioritize the interior offensive line much higher than initially anticipated this offseason. While the team has drafted depth pieces in recent years, replacing a player of Bitonio's caliber is not a plug-and-play scenario. The offensive line struggled significantly with injuries last season, and removing the most stable piece from that equation puts tremendous pressure on the rest of the unit. When we analyze the depth chart, we have seen players like Michael Dunn step in admirably in the past, but relying on a reserve lineman to take over a full 17-game starter role is a risky proposition for a team with playoff aspirations. If Bitonio retires, the immediate focus shifts to the salary cap mechanics. The voiding of his contract would trigger a dead cap charge that the Browns must account for. Management would likely process his retirement paperwork with a post-June 1st designation to spread that financial hit over 2 years, alleviating some immediate pressure, but the dead money is inevitable. Beyond the X's and O's in the salary cap math, the intangible impact on the locker room cannot be overstated. Bitonio has been the de facto spokesperson for this team through its darkest days and its recent successes. Losing that voice requires other veterans to step up immediately. This moves the timeline for the offensive line overhaul forward. We are likely looking at the Browns targeting a guard in the upcoming draft or seeking a veteran stopgap in free agency who can provide stability. My verdict on this situation is that we are witnessing the formal turning of the page for this era of the Browns. While fans obviously want to see number 75 retire on his own terms, the organization must operate with the assumption that they need a new starter at left guard for Week 1. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think the Browns should try to convince Bitonio to return for one last ride, or is it time to rebuild the line with younger talent? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more breaking updates.